How's it going, guys? I wanted to take a few minutes in this video to actually show you something that my wife got me for Christmas a few months back, and that is the Holy Stone HS140 drone. This is my first drone. In fact, until she had gotten me this for Christmas, I had never really thought much about getting a drone. But since she got me this, I'll have to say they are a lot of fun. Since that time, there are a few things that that I have learned about drones, and I just thought I would show this drone to you guys, talk about it just a little bit, and actually tell you a few of the things that I've learned about them since. Now, this is by no means any kind of an unboxing video. You can see there are some scuffs, there's some dirt and things like that on this particular drone. And that is because of the fact that, as someone who has never owned a drone before, I have crashed this thing on more than one occasion. And that's something itself that is something that we could talk about, because the drone has been very durable. I mean, I'll have to admit, there have been some good hard crashes that I've had with it, but it has held up well. I think the worst thing that I've done is I actually had knocked off the blade guards a time or two, and which they're made to flex. So literally I would knock one off, just be able to put it right back on and continue flying. This drone also came with an extra set of props. I do know that it's common, from what I've learned, for people to break them for one reason or another. And it does come with an extra set. That way you can replace those if you do. The motors on this drone, there again, some of the things that I've learned. These are not the super quiet motors that are out there in a lot of the more expensive drones. And this is not a GPS drone. This is just a standard drone, basically a toy grade drone, but that does not mean that it is not a lot of fun to play with, I'll have to say. It does have a camera on it. The camera, I'm actually going to show you some video from the camera. That way you can kind of get an idea of the quality of the video. It is not the best in low light, but for a nice day outside, if you want to record some video with your drone, you can do that. This drone, also being a non-GPS drone, is one that you are going to be regularly adjusting the location of it. You're going to be regularly having your hands on the stick, basically to keep this drone in position. With it not being GPS, it is super sensitive to wind. If you get a nice little breeze or something like that, it will cause this drone to drift. That's not necessarily a bad thing. That is something that, the more that I've learned about it, there are a lot of drone operators who say that it is a very good idea to kind of start with something like this. That way you kind of learn how to fly one of these things, especially for the price. And I'll actually put a link to this drone down in the description where you guys can go and check the current price on it. But what we're going to do right now is I'm actually going to be flying it, just going to show you a few things with it flying, and you're going to have to bear with me because I'm being the camera operator and the drone pilot, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge to capture both. But we're going to see what we can do. Just so you're aware, you do get 2 batteries with this drone, and it comes with a USB charger for each of them. There's not an actual power button on the drone. It will just plug the battery in, and that's how you power the drone up. Of course, then you close the door just like that. It takes just a little bit of fidgeting with it, just for a bit, to get that door good and closed. You can set the angle on your camera depending on the kind of filming that you're wanting to do. You just basically will adjust it. And this is one that you can connect to your phone. There is an app that you can get in order to connect it to your phone. And the remote right here does have a location where you can mount your phone, where you can actually view and see what you are recording on the camera, and you can actually fly it from that. That's something that I found that's kind of fun. Once I have the drone powered up, I'm going to turn on the remote, and the way that you start it is you've got your buttons here on this. Just start the motors just by pushing the button. And to stop them, you're going to pull down on that and hold down, and it will stop the motors on that drone. So now I'm going to get the app open, and we're going to get this thing up in the air. Okay guys, I have got the app opened up on my phone. That way I can capture some video for you guys. So what we're going to do now, I am just going to press the record button where we can record some video. We're going to start the drone and put it in the air. So bear with me. Okay guys, that is just an initial look at the Holy Stone HS140 drone. It's a fun little drone. There again, as I'd mentioned earlier, it is not one of these big fancy drones that has all of the GPS and all of that, but it is a lot of fun. If you're someone who is thinking about getting into drones, this might be something that you can consider. That way you don't have a big investment into it, and you can kind of get an idea of how to fly one of these, get an idea of some of the things you can do with them. The range on this is nowhere near as far as a lot of the more expensive drones. It just really depends on the amount of money that you're wanting to spend. But if you're thinking about getting into the drone hobby, this might be something for you that you might want to check out. Again, I will leave a link down in the description where you guys can go out to Amazon and check the latest prices. But guys, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have ever flown one of these down in the comments below. I'd like to know. Thanks for watching. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel, and we'll see you next time.